Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran. Today we'll be doing a Paladin Torghast run. We'll be taking a look at how Paladins are performing in Torghast. I don't have Paladins unlocked to super high levels yet, so with this video we're not really looking just how strong Paladins are, but rather exploring more of their Covenant abilities or anima abilities that maybe affect your Covenant. Take a look at how well they perform in terms of Retribution Paladin in particular, and seeing just how busted and strong can we become with some of the different combinations. I have not taken a look at any of the Paladin Covenant abilities, and with this week's or this day's Covenant, we actually get the Kyrian. So I can summon a Steward that will last for a bit of time, will grant me a Vial which we can use to self-heal. We can also buff this Vial in the Torghast experience, and the Kyrian ability is going to be Divine Toll. It's a minute cooldown, and instantly you cast Holy Shock, Avenger's Shield, or Judgment up to 5 targets within 30 yards of you based on your current spec. So for Retribution Paladin, that'll be an extra judgment to put on before we Templar's Verdict the enemy. I think for this build, we're going to run Righteous Verdict, Imperium Power, Fist of Justice, Cavalier, Pursuit of Justice, Healing Hands, and Sanctified Wrath, and I might switch it around at a later time as I get more anima abilities in the tower. So we might play around with some different builds and potential. But yeah, let's take a look at what Covenant abilities we have and how Paladin plays. The first level is going to be extremely easy, so we'll just focus on clearing it as fast as possible and then looking for as many anima abilities. Already we got some really boring stuff, Crown of Obstinance and Unstable Phantasmalure. We're gonna go with a boring Phantasmalure just so we can get the economy rolling with Phantasma ASAP. And if you guys haven't seen what the Covenant ability looks like, you throw a Judgment at everybody. I believe this Judgment does generate Holy Power, so if you hit 5 targets, you generate 5 Holy Power immediately, which can allow you quite a bit of aggressive burst damage from the get-go. Can I clip you with AoE? I can. We'll just try to get through as much of Torghast as we can, as quickly as humanly possible. And we get an ability of either Vial increases damage, certain anima cells offer additional choice, or Hammer does more damage. We're gonna go with Vial, just for the sake of maybe we may be able to get ourselves a little bit extra value on some of the anima abilities. I haven't really actually seen that thing 100% proc every single time. The double abilities or the bonus. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. We have Wings. Trying to do as much damage as we can while Wings are up. It does kind of suck if enemies are a good distance away from each other, but I think we'll be, for the most part, okay. Alright, let's see what we end up getting. First one, shadow damage and healing is reduced, but leech is increased. Iron Phantasma you get, or Watchful Light Fly defends you, dealing holy damage to enemies that strike you in melee. I think we're gonna go with a Light Fly just for extra damage opportunity, plus I don't wonder if that scales with holy. We have Divine Purpose talent right here, which is going to be Divine Purpose, so we can go with a Holy Avenger or Seraphim. I kind of want to try that. Yeah, I think that's the best one in the combo, and I think what we'll do is doesn't work. All right, well, thanks, Blizzard. Kind of got gypped. All right, last one. Give me something good. Divine Judgment as a talent. Grand Crusader or crit. Do I want to go for another talent thing? Did this actually... This one worked. So now we got cooldowns for Divine Shield. Shield of Vengeance, Lay on Hands reduced by 30%. However, we did not get Divine Purpose. Unfortunate. Let's pick up Versatility. And I think that's going to leave us at a decent setup. We can just continue on to the next few levels. That was actually super unfortunate. I gotta be honest. I was actually very disappointed with how poorly that went. So let's maximize our Wings damage here for a bit. Come here, please. Come here. There we go. Beautiful Wings damage from a Retri Pala. Hammer Wrath makes the next Holy Power spending ability 100% more effective. Hammer Wrath has a 30% chance to cast Hammer of Justice on the target. Hammer of Justice? So during execute, you can either make your ability hit harder or random chance to hodge. This would totally be so much more effective if I was a higher level Paladin with Hammer of Wrath rank 2. Chest builders will actually rewards for a prompt completion. Oh yeah, so they added a mechanic that's kind of like a hidden. The faster you go through the towers of Torghast, the more rewards you can get. The game wanted to reward players for going quickly, but if someone, let's say, wants to wait until every single pull and pop every cooldown as you get into the higher levels, they don't want to punish players for taking their time, so they decided to give a reward if you go fast. Damage taken reduced by 25% for 10 seconds just seems like a really bad idea. Unless you want to use it before like a really tough fight, but immunity seems stronger. Maybe they remove the immunities out of the game. Darkside Robes, the steward can now hunt for material through Torghast. That could actually be good. If it works, he can find me anima, but I don't know if it works properly. Divine Toll also instantly stuns on enemies within 30, all enemies within 30 yards, so you could stun everybody. I wonder how long, the Big Clapper, we have to go, we have to go with the ability named the Big Clapper. There's just, as much as I want to test out if the steward can get me more anima powers, which would be cool, I have to go with the ability just by the name Big Clapper. That just seems overpowered as hell. We're gonna try to see if we can actually speed run through these levels as fast as we can. Only we had the more harness, but that one bugs out too much, so I don't want to put myself in a position where the character is just gone forever. Man, I gotta be honest, still can't get over just how awesome some of these buildings and all these different assets the Blizzard is using for Torghast, just how insane everything looks. I mean, hey, Lost Dredger. We got us a loot, a goblin here, boyos. Gonna stun him real quick so he doesn't go anywhere. And we cooldown reduce, oh, blessings are reduced by 25%. When an enemy dies within consecration, you gain 20% damage and healing. I forgot that I have consecration, so that could be actually really cool. Within consecration, I feel like that's a really nice buff. We should definitely try that. Now start putting down consecration. I'll try putting it up as often as I can, especially in AoE situations, which should be. I mean, it does 1,000 holy damage over 12 seconds. That's like, that's a little bit less than Crusader Strike, but still, I think it's probably very value. But if I just drop it down in a big pack of enemies, I gain 20% buff to, what was it again? Damage and healing? Yeah, damage and healing for 10 seconds. That just seems like value. Oh my god. There it is, dude. I was just trying to line up the biggest amount of damage together. A bunch of buffs to hit all at once. And we were able to do it. That was actually cool as hell. That was cool. What if that was like a talent or something for Paladins? Where if an enemy dies or takes a certain amount of damage in consecration, you do more damage. I think that might actually be even useful in PvP if you can just kind of like stun lock someone, drop consecration, and if you can time your cooldowns together with a 20% buff while you have wings, that would be sick. Okay, I should have the biggest damage available here. So let's pull as many as we can. We'll stun them. Big, huge AoE. That was actually the most well-planned combo I've ever executed ever. That was so much damage in a single global. That was cool as hell. No, you could definitely do some really cool and interesting things with it when it comes to playing a Paladin in Torghast. Yeah, that was awesome. Hammer Wrath extends a Vigil Wrath by 4 seconds. That would be so good if I could only use it early. I think we'll go with a mist thing because a lot of these enemies are casters and I really wouldn't want them to be casting unless they're close enough to me in the melee range. Divine Toll has a chance to instantly kill the target. You're telling me I've been powering up so much that now you have instant kills on the target during Avenger Wrath. Prevent 50% of the damage from enemies. That damage will be dealt to you when Wrath ends if the enemy that is dealt is alive. Okay, so like reduce damage by 50%, but if you don't nuke him during wings, you're gonna take that. Abilities cost 1 fewer holy power. I want to see if the Divine Toll actually kills him. I want to see if that happens. If it does, then wow, this is even stronger than I ever thought. Didn't kill him. All right, we can still play something. Hold on. This is a full setup here. Forbearance is up. Two hits. Besides Divine Toll, if you don't count it. 2 hits. Just, yeah. Just a couple slices. And down they go. Oh wait, we actually don't get to end it. We actually get to continue. I'm okay with that. For a Prompt completion. Yeah, I mean, it's only one guy that I had to fight, so maybe I could have just stuck around and had to fight him multiple times if I was struggling. I guess that would make sense. But yeah, so Divine Tunnel can randomly just nuke things out of orbit. That's always fun. We'll see if that it ends up being not busted at all, surely. Is this the final floor? This could be the boss room right here. If there's a vendor around the corner, and there isn't. Is there a vendor up top? Could be the end, boys. I think I have the build for the... Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the end. I have the build for the biggest one-shot. I really want to try to see if I can make it here. Never get to use some of those cells to transform enemies. Kept forgetting about it. Critical strike is increased. Critical strike chance is increased. We don't need extra crit. Hammer Wrath, though, makes abilities more effective. Is nice, because we have way too much crit already. So what I want to do is actually wait for the Torment of Fracturing Forces to spawn. I want to drop down Consecration. Hopefully I can get a Hammer Wrath of that enemy. And then I might just be able to one-shot the boss. Because then I'll also bubble and I'll just throw everything at him. I need my Steward as well for the buff. So this could be the strongest single hit ever. We did not get the Hammer Wrath. Do I want to wait for the Hammer Wrath though? I think I want to wait for the Hammer Wrath. So I'll wait for this guy to come back again. We'll try to just wrath him. That's all we're trying to do. We have way too many like thorns-like effects going on for us. But we want to try to wrath him as soon as possible. And see if we can just get an actual one-shot on the boss. It's not going to be pretty. It's probably going to be done very, very sloppy. But I really want to give it a go. If we're fast enough at this, then we could totally do this. And this will be insane how strong this is going to be. Patience. Patience is all we need for the biggest one-shot. And I really, really want to make it a big one-shot. I think I'll get the buff, prime myself, pop wings, bubble, pop Vial of Serenity, which hopefully I can use while... Okay. Got it. Nice. Vial of Serenity. Wings pre-primed. Judgment once. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. I knew I could pull it off into a single, just one biggest possible hit ever. And that was glorious. Oh my goodness, that was good. That was a good run. Oh, that was so worth. That was so worth. Well, that was an awesome, awesome run as a Paladin. My first run as a Paladin ever so far. I think it'd be cool to go back to the Paladin and explore more abilities. Because right now, I kind of get similar feel with the Paladin as I did with the Feral. It didn't really feel like there were too many abilities that really played into the Retribution playstyle, but rather into the Paladin playstyle that could have been swapped around between you being prod or holy in some sense, even for offensive power. But it was still really cool. I thought it was great. It was very interesting how the abilities played into the Covenant ability, but maybe there's another Covenant ability that I could have used at a different time of doing this and gotten a much better effect and more fulfillment out of it. But that was overall really, really cool. Very interesting design. Again, I think there's going to be a lot more anime abilities for Paladin to take a look at, because right now it felt pretty bare bones. But that's going to be my Paladin run for the Tower of Torghast, the first Paladin run that I've done, and it was actually super fun to be able to combo into one big culminating hit on an enemy. It was a little bit of patience, a little bit of lining up, but I got enough luck in there, and oh goodness, did that one feel good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. You let me know your thoughts about Paladin run in the Tower of Torghast. What you think, and what other abilities do you think that maybe could add going forward into Paladin? What things could Blizzard mess around with in order to really play into the different Paladin playstyles? Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see all of you guys in another video.